Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bailey coming to you from Cat on the Prowl Creations. Today, I am going to go over some of the materials you are going to require to start to make this Bullwinkle looking moose hat for this crochet along workshop. Hopefully this works out. I think I got a good angle on my hands. Let's see how this works and let's go for it. So some of the materials you are going to need will be it's all Aran weight 4, medium worsted weight 4 yarn is what we are using. You will need, I took out 2 just in case. I am going to be using, let's see, do I have this in the camera the right way? I don't know. It's called Skein Tones. It is a 4 weight. It is 100% acrylic. This is in the color mahogany. Each one of these is 185 yards. It is more than enough. It is more than enough, I am sure, to make a hat, but I pulled out 2 just to be on the safe side. Again, this is a worsted 4 weight yarn. This is the color mahogany. This is going to be the base color. And then I had some of this latte cake left over in the color coconut cream. This is what I'm going to be using for the snout of the moose because it's got those wood colors in it. You only need a little bit of this. For the antlers, I am going with a yellow because of Bullwinkle. This is feels like butter. It is worsted 4. 218 yards. This is what I will be using to make the antlers. You will only need a small amount of the yellow. The antlers are done. You will crochet a total of 4 pieces and sew them and stuff them together as we go. But I will show you what to do in the next one. I chose this kind of charcoaly black looking yarn. You only need a small portion of black. That will be used for the eyes, and you will also need a small portion of white, which will be used for the eyes. Now I have purchased an entire set here. I have a bunch of different size eyes. They're safety eyes. You do not have to use them. I just find that it gives the eyeball a little bit more of a, let me see if I can get that open without everything coming out all over. Do I open my case now? Oh yeah, there it is. What by 1 and 2, okay. So chances are, I mean, this one came with, eyes and ears and not eyes and ears, but eyes and noses. So I will not be using the noses, and you've got the backings, and I will most likely use the bigger size eyes. No, that's a nose. Let's see, what color eyes shall we give Bullwinkle? Oh, I think we'll give Bullwinkle maybe a, let's see. No, we'll have to go with the bigger one here. So I'll be using 2 of these to go with the eyes, just to make the eyes pop a little bit. The eyes will also be padded. You do not have to use safety eyes, guys. It's just something that I like to use. You will need a 5mm crochet hook. You will need a pair of scissors. couple of stitch markers. And I like to use these darning needles because of the tip it has in the at the top there. And it's easy to get into the stitch that I want and out to the other stitch that I want when I am sewing in, as well as when you're sewing in your ends. To begin, we are going to start with the hat. The hat will be made for an adult. Child size, instead of having a circumference of 82, it would be 68 to 78, 68 to 72 for a child. For an adult, it is 78 to 82 for the circumference of a head, depending on how big a head the person has, and of course how much hair one has. So to start, what we're going to do is, let's see if I can get start my skein here without pulling out too much garbage. I really don't like to do it from the outside of the ball, because then you end up with your ball going all over the place. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. I should have come a little bit more prepared for that. All right, so bear with me just a moment, guys, and we will be right back. Now, just to clarify something, guys, the reason I use a worsted 4 is because it is thicker. I don't like to use a bulky 5. Sometimes I have doubled my stitches, but for tutorial purposes here, I am not going to do that. I am just going to hold it as one strand instead of double-stranded. Now, some people prefer to do the chain 3 or chain 6 in this case, because you need the circle to be bigger. So you could do your slip knot, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can slip into the very first chain. Come on, get in there. And chain up 1 and start your stitches in there. I prefer to do a magic circle, because that way you do not have to sew up the top part to close it. So I do a magic circle, very simple. It's so simple. I do it like I would do a slip knot. I go over my finger once and I come up. Oh, hold on, let me try that again once. Then I take the one closest to me here and I pull it over. I pull this up here and then I hold it. And I have my slip knot. I'll do that once again. Let's see if I can figure out how to zoom this in. I don't know if I can. I'm trying, guys. This is my first test, all right? To do this, I go like this to make my slip knot. I bring this one over. I come under this one and I bring it up. And I have my slip knot. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chain up 1 real quick. And then I'm going to place 12. No, I'm not doing doubles. I'm sorry. Sorry. The entire hat is done in singles. I was getting ready to do a regular hat. I apologize. All right, so you're going to, after you've chained up that 1, which does not count for anything, you are going to place 12 single crochets into your circle. I like to mark off my first stitch. This way I know, and that way when I cinch it, it's going to be easier for me to go through it. So I'm going to mark that off, get that in. So that's 1, that's 2, that's, oh, come on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's 12. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that thread and you're going to pull her tight. And that will cinch your circle. Hello, come back here. And bring you to where your first crochet was. You will then go right into it because we're not going to do slip stitches. We are going to do it in the round. So you're going to automatically go into that one and you're going to start with a single crochet. So you're going to go into there and that's your first one. You're going to remove your stitch marker, replace it. So you know that that is your first one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do, where am I? Two single crochets in the next one. Hello. Come on. That's 1. And because this is my first time doing it like this, guys, of course, it's going to give me a hard time. Because, you know, it's got to, you know, why aren't you going in there? That's 1. Well, that would explain it. All right. Second one, you're going to do 2. The next one, you're going to do 1. The next one, you're going to do 2. The next one, you're going to do 1. The next one, you're going to do 2. You're going to continue around, all the way around in each chain, doing 1, then the next one, 2, until you get back, until you get back to your first your first single crochet. 1 and 2. And then you have 1, and you should end with 2 single crochets in the last stitch. I hope I'm on camera here. And then you're going to slip into that slip, then you're automatically going to go right into that first one again. Draw up a loop and single crochet. Remove your stitch marker. Replace it into that one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet into the next one. And then 2 into the next one. 1 and 2. Then you're going to single crochet 1 into the next 2 stitches. And then 2 into the next. You're going to continue to do that. So it's 1, 1, and then 2. And it's 1, 1, and then 2. And it's 1, 1, and then 2. You're going to continue to do that. It's 1, 1, and 2, 1, 1, and again you will end with 2 in the last one. You will continue to do this all the way around. Remember, you're not slip stitching, and remember, you can always tighten up this circle as you're going along to cinch it up so that it stays nice and tight. If you want, you can go in and immediately tie that end in. I'll show you how to do that in a bit. But for now, we're just going to continue on. That's my second one here. And now I have come back to my stitch marker. So now for this round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet into that one, which is my first one. I'm going to move my stitch marker back over to that stitch to mark my first one. Then it's going to be 1, 1, and 1. So it's 1 single crochet into the 3, and then 2 into the 4th. Whoops, not a double, singles. And then 2. Then it's single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochets. And you're going to do that until you come around to where your stitch marker is. You're going to place a single crochet in there that marks your beginning. And then the next round is going to be 4 single crochets, then 2, 4 single crochets, then 2, 4 single crochets until you come back to your stitch marker. You're going to continue to do that, working in that pattern until you have a total of 82, I believe, would be the final count on this, stitches going around. And then what we will do is, once we've got that, I will show you what to do from there. Okay, here I am at the end of doing 11 single crochets, then 2 in the next, 11 single, 2 in the next. I come around, I'm at the end here. I have a total of 78. I need 82. So I'm going to start like I normally would with 1, replace my stitch marker because that is my first stitch, and I need to increase by another 4 stitches. So you can do this however you want, as long as you increase 4 more. You need to add 4 more stitches in this round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I'll do 2. So that's 1 increase. Then I'll go 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 5. Helps when I'm in camera. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'll do 2 in this one. So that's 2 increases. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then I'll do 2 in this one. That's my third. Then again 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this will be my fourth. 1 and 2. That'll give me 82 when I reach the very end. So I'm just going to continue to single crochet in each one until I get to that stitch marker. Am I still in camera? 6. Oh my gosh. Here we go, guys. So bear with me. I'm just going to continue doing this till I get to my stitch marker, and I seem to have a little bit of yarn barf going on here, which is annoying. So I will be right back, and I will meet you over here. And when I get over here, before I go into where that stitch marker is, I will have 82 stitches. I will meet you back here. So once again, just to go over, we started off with a magic circle. We chained 12 into the magic circle, and because we were doing it in the rounds, we did not slip stitch. We went directly into the very first stitch, crocheted one, and then in the next one we did 2, crocheted 1, then 2. We came all the way around to the first one, then we did 2 single crochets, and then 2 together in 1. 2, and then 1, 2 and 1, continued and continued and continued. We went into 11 crochets, then 2, 11 single crochets, then 2, 11 crochets, then 2. That gave us 78. And then what I did was I just added in the next round, anywhere, an additional 4 stitches. So I will meet you when I get back here, and we will have 82 stitches. Okay, so I have attached those 4 additional ones, and I am now back at my stitch marker, and this is what it should look like when you've got 82 stitches around. The idea is for it to go over the crown of your head and kind of reach sideways. So this is a total of 82 stitches. Now all we are going to do is, since we are now finished with all the increased rows, once again, we went as far as going to 11 single crochets, and then 2 in the same chain on the 12th. Then again 11 single crochets, and then 2 in the next, all the way around. And then we had to do one more round because we needed 4 more, which you could have added in anywhere going through that last round. Now all you're going to do, and keep hold of this stitch marker, because we are going to continue to crochet in the round. So now, and it's always going to be single crochets. So there is your first stitch. Always mark your first stitch, because you do not want to end up with a count of more than 82. And all you're going to do is you're going to continue to crochet around the entire thing, putting 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around. And you're going to continue to do this, and you're going to see that your head is going to start to grow, coming downward. So it's going to start facing down. Instead of being a regular circle, it'll start to curve in, going down this way. So you're going to continue in this fashion, putting 1 single crochet all the way around till you reach your stitch marker. You're not slip stitching. You're going to automatically go into that stitch and do a single crochet and mark that and continue and continue and continue until your hat is long enough and comes over. I'm going to just lift this up. Hopefully we don't. The idea is that you want your hat to come to about here on your head when you're finished doing your rows and coming down here. So continue along in this fashion on this hat. You now have the materials that you need. Oops, sorry about that. You now have the materials that you need to do it. The stitch count to start your hat, the ability to do your hat, the time to get the yarn and the colors in case you don't have them. Any shade of brown, any pale shade of yellow, any tan or beigeish color for the snout would be fine. A little bit of white, a little bit of black. If you have safety eyes, don't forget your stitch marker. Don't forget your darning needle and your scissors. And I will meet back up with you next Wednesday, where we will finish off the trim of the hat and start to crochet the parts that will go on it, like the snout, the antler ears, the eyes, etc., etc. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is in my About page and will be in the description box. And until then, and I see you on Wednesday for part 2 of this Bullwinkle Moose hat. I wish you a good day, and remember, do all things with kindness, everybody. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for PJs, Pigtails and Pico, where we can chit-chat a little bit more. And hopefully we'll see you Thursday night in Spin and Chat at Springs. And until then, yeah, everybody, God bless and have a great, great day. I love y'all. Bye-bye.